So, yeah, near the end of your first chapter, you have this beautiful line that I am either going to paraphrase nicely or butcher. Please forgive me. If it's the latter, which is something along the lines of, you come out of 10 years on Adderall and you're looking around at the world and you're wondering if the state of the world now and the expectations put on attention simply to survive within it kind of makes everybody, basically everybody in a situation where they're ready for the Adderall cure. And I'm going to read this off my screen here. I'm going to try to balance the reading and the natural rapport.
Sure.
You present the premise that Adderall addiction is rooted in its ability to force our attention to work in ways that serve the expectation of the modern world. So those two, that reference to your book and the statement that you make, or incline, basically, what do you mean by this? And how do you feel like it showed up in you? And how do you feel you came to understand how it was showing up in the culture?
I've always thought it was interesting that Adderall and the internet have basically followed the exact same trajectory. They both, in some ways, were born in 1996, although, more primitive incarnations had existed of both of them before, but they both hit the market in a big way that year and skyrocketed in terms of their place in American life over the next 2 decades. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that we have been inundated with information. We're overwhelmed. We now have had to relearn how to train our attention, how to skip from one thing to another. And Adderall feels like the perfect drug for that. It feels like attention in a bottle, attention on demand, attention in an economy where what we're low on is attention. I think that's an illusion. And I think a lot of people fall down the rabbit hole of that promise. But I do think that Adderall and drugs like Adderall are like uniquely suited, promise to be uniquely suited in some ways for this moment of information overload that we're in.